Folks, how you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. It's hot as hell in upstate New York. I won't lie, I totally enjoy this weather, even though most people will disagree. I think it's like 90, mid 90s, low 90s right now, but I am totally here for that. So let's do this. Let's get some damn PvP in. Hope you guys are having an excellent Friday night. Not much Star Wars news over the last week or so. The most exciting thing on my end, Star Wars wise, is I've been reading, or I've been listening to, I should say, the Shadowfall audiobook. And man, kind of so far the book's a little slow. I think about 10 chapters, 11 chapters into the book, and it's been, I don't want to say slow, that's not the best way to describe it. I almost feel like it's not as gripping as the previous one, or at least doesn't seem to be hooking me in as much as the previous one did at this point. But I am still, it's like a third of the way into the book, so I still got some more to go. There has been some cool stuff that have happened, but I know, I think part of the problem, and this was also a thing with Alphabet Squadron, I did enjoy that book, but it definitely was by no means one of my favorite Star Wars canon novels. There were times where I just felt, I don't know if it was because of the fact, and the same thing with Shadowfall, I don't know if it's because there is just multiple characters that the book is kind of jumping back and forth from, or if it's just, I don't know if it's maybe I don't connect as much with the characters in general. I'm not sure, but yeah, the story hasn't been as enthralling as I would have hoped it would be. I am hoping that at some point as I get further into the story, we start to get some Easter eggs with Star Wars Squadrons. I know it, I'm pretty sure they have already mentioned Vanguard Squadron at least. They definitely mentioned Vanguard Squadron at least once. I think they're on another mission, which I don't want to spoil it just in case you haven't read the book. But at least one time in the book, Vanguard Squadron has been mentioned, and I think there might have been another time or two where they've been mentioned. So we'll say somewhere between 1 to 3 times is Vanguard Squadron, who's going to be appearing in Star Wars Squadrons, is mentioned in the book, which was cool, and that's something that I was definitely hoping for with Shadowfall, and something that I talked about in a recent video. But yeah, there hasn't been a ton of Star Wars news lately. The other thing that I guess, again, unrelated to Star Wars news that I've been doing is I've actually been playing a bunch of Battlefront 2's multiplayer, which I was for a while very hesitant to jump into just because I felt like it was going to be very tough, and I felt like it'd be a super big time commitment to get at least somewhat decent at it, and I'm kind of surprised how quickly I've been able to pick it up. So like, for instance, playing with a sniper, I figured, oh my god, I'm going to be terrible at playing as a sniper, and that's something that I actually love to do in that game now. So I've been thinking that I might switch it up. So I'm thinking maybe next week or in the coming weeks doing some Battlefront 2 streaming, and maybe kind of alternating back and forth between Battlefront and SWTOR, because SWTOR will forever be my jam. I'll always play SWTOR because unlike Battlefront 2, and this is something I mentioned before, unlike Battlefront 2, SWTOR is very much more of a, I don't want to say a relaxing game, but kind of like you can kind of debrief or just kind of like decompress a little bit when you play this. It's a much more like just not as a strenuous game as something like Battlefront 2 or those sorts of PvP style games like Call of Duty. And that's one of the reasons why I've always enjoyed SWTOR, is because that it is a little bit more of a laid-back sort of PvP. You still get that competition of playing against other people, but it's not as fucking as crazy. This is my other problem when I stream, is I tend to not get, which that's one thing that I've thought about is going to be tough. I give props to people that play like Call of Duty or Fortnite or PUBG or any of those kind of shooting style PvP games where they're like super intensive and people can stream and be able to chat while they're streaming and playing and be able to play at a high level, because this shit's tough, man. Sometimes I'm playing, I'm like, oh, that's right, we're playing an objective. All right, there we go. Should have been going. Are we paying attention? Starting off on the wrong foot, so I'll take it. Or excuse me, on the right foot, so I'll take it. So yeah, so what's been fun is I've been replaying Fallen Order and Battlefront 2 story mode, campaign mode. And then I've also been playing SWTOR, so I've got a nice rotation now. For a while there, I had put down Fallen Order and Battlefront 2. Because really with Fallen Order, unless you're going to be playing through the story mode, that game, to me, what makes that game so amazing is the story. So I probably won't play that game for some of the other features it has. Battlefront 2, I just was a little intimidated by the PvP, but I've actually started replaying the story mode as well, which has been fun. So yeah, I got a good rotation right now of keeping myself occupied during life. And speaking of, I mean, not to get wild and crazy with this conversation or off topic, here in New York, and so I live in upstate New York, live in Rochester, New York, and for the most part, the COVID-19 pandemic has been fairly level. There's still people getting the virus, obviously, but it's kind of like leveled off, or flattened, I should say. Where I know right now that's not the case. No. God, no. Which I know that's not the case for a lot of places right now in America. But, you know, because the virus is still prevalent, you know, my friends and I have still been kind of doing our own things and just kind of staying separated at this point, which sucks. So it's been nice to have stuff like Fallen Order and Battlefront 2 and SWTOR to kind of like keep myself occupied, which has been nice. So yeah, man, weird ass fucking time to be alive dealing with the pandemic. But let's get off of that damn sour ass note. Start checking some of these. All right, we're kicking ass. I'm all about this, baby. Perfect timing.
Beautiful pass by the frog dog.
In unrelated news, completely unrelated from Star Wars, I was getting ready, getting everything set up. I got a notification on my phone that there's going to be a Gotham PD spin-off show potentially coming to HBO Max, which I don't know what the fuck HBO Max actually is, but that could be cool, man. When I was younger, Star Wars was always my like first love, but Batman was the second like fandom, I would say, or nerdy thing that I was super into, and that was how I first delved into comics, was Batman. So like my comic collection now is Star Wars and Batman, and I've since probably stopped reading Batman comics sometime when I was in college. But yeah, man, so stuff like that I do get excited for. I'm a dork. So that'd be cool. Let's get 6th point, get out of this match, and then hopefully get Civil War.
Beautiful pass by the Frog Dogs. 6-0. Frog Dogs
All right.
win by total
I like it. That's a way to start off the evening.
massacre.
Didn't do too great on the DPS, but that's all right. 0 on the objectives. All right, so who's Tomas? Oh. All right, 1 for 1. That's always a good way to start off the evening. After last week, I was curious how this week would be with fireworks, because leading up to the 4th of July, there was so many goddamn fireworks. And luckily, this week hasn't been bad. There were some fireworks last night, but first fireworks that I've pretty much heard all week, so I'm hoping there won't be too much just tonight. Because, yeah, we've been getting, same like a lot of other places, fireworks every goddamn night leading up to the 4th for like a month or so, which was stupid. All right, so 1 for 1. I'm hoping the next match is not another hot ball. I'll take Odessin, I'll take Void Star. Obviously, I'm all about Civil War and Yavin, so those are like my 2 favorites. I have to say, in starting to delve into Battlefront 2, one of the things that bums me out about Star Wars is just how there is not a lot of different maps that we get in PvP, which really stinks. I mean, one of the things that's so much fun about Battlefront 2 is that there is, you know, the prequel era maps, there's the original trilogy era maps, and then there is the sequel trilogy era maps, which is really, really fun. And I've been playing primarily on the original trilogy maps just because I kind of like, I usually will play Supremacy, and sometimes I'm into kind of the going from, you know, commanding the different command posts to then now we're going into either, let's say, the Star Destroyer or the Separatist command ship. Other times I just want to do, we're doing Supremacy, we're going to go to different command posts and try to control that, which is awesome. Because it's basically like Civil War and Yavin 4, except there's 5 instead of 3. And so I do like that. But yeah, there's just so many damn maps. And oh, the Scarif map is probably my favorite map on that, in that entire, of all those maps that I've played. I fucking loved Scarif. Give me Empire on Scarif, because the Death Troopers are my goddamn jam. What is it? The EL? Is it the EL 100? EL 1000? Star. Okay. I think it's EL 1000 is the Death Troopers blaster, and that blaster is dope.
Defending team. Welcome
All right, so here we go. I'm always game for Void Star. I love Void Star because I enjoy this. What I like about this map is you can definitely get into some intense matches, and they could wind up being a decent length, which is always fun. All right, I don't notice. I gotta try to recognize people's names more, or at least memorize, I should say, people's names more. But don't recognize any of these names, so these are probably. Oh, I just played with this. An interesting outfit he's. If only it was this easy in real life to earn money.
Not a
That would be.
problem.
Don't say I never did anything for you.
Another thrilling assignment.
Let's do this.
I'm on it.
Super freaking excited that it's Friday night, the weekend. Sir, I don't know if I did a few buffs left. Give me that buff stuff, baby. All right, let's do this. Let's go. It's out. Eek. God, where's my team? What the hell? Oh boy, I'm in trouble. Oh dear God. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. Alright, I got a healer on me set. That's good. Hey, read that, leave me alone. Leave me the hell alone, you bastards. Swarming me. Oh. And I've played with before. That name is familiar. Yo, props to this healer, man. They are keeping me alive. They were fucking swarming my ass. Yo, I give credit to people that heal in this game. People don't give healers enough credit because healing is, number one, tough. And number two, it kind of stinks, man. Where'd Anda go? Killing him. Yeah, it's tough. Dude, healing's tough, man. And I don't find it very fun. So I have a sage that I'll roll.
Unauthorized armaments detected.
I have another tune that's a sage that I will roll sometimes. And originally the sage started out as a healer. I figured let me try my hand at healing because at the time playing with my guild mates there wasn't a ton of healers in our guild, so I said, you know what, I'll try and level a healing tune and see how it goes. And I didn't like it at all. I just didn't like being able to get into the action and fight. So I wound up changing it to more of like a paladin sort of sage. I can't remember what the hell it's called. But basically it's like, you know, DPS and can also heal, but primarily more of a DPS sage.
Alert. Unauthorized armaments detected.
Getting wrecked right.
Alert. Unauthorized
Oh boy.
armaments detected.
And then we got dropping. Son of a bitch.
Alert. Hull breach. Reactor core level.
But
Activation
yeah,
protocol initiated.
healing is tough,
Please
man.
proceed through the
That
next
healer
checkpoint.
was good job, and I'm wondering if they bounced after. Well, I didn't even catch their name. There's no way we're gonna win this one. That is for sure.
Enemy is
Unauthorized
unbeatable.
armaments detected.
And I recently created a couple of different tunes with the thought that I'd level them up.
Unauthorized armaments detected.
One was a Sith sorcerer. What was he? Was it a guardian for the other one? Oh my god, they've already gotten through. Oh boy.
Security code recognized. Data core transfer
So Sith
initialized.
sorcerer, and then I think a Jedi guardian. I have to double check. I can't remember. And then I never played them. And yeah, with this game, you would think that I've been playing for so long now. I've been playing for like 7 or 8 years. That I would mess around with other classes, but I haven't. Should. I know one of my buddies that plays WoW.
Isn't this fun? As the attacking team, you must retake the Void Star's data core.
Gave
Override the
everyone buff
security
stuff
terminal to
earlier.
breach the first door.
But yeah, my buddy of mine plays WoW, has been playing it, I'm pretty sure, since the game launched. And what he will do is he'll just he constantly re-rolls tunes. So he'll start a tune out, get it to like close to being at max level, and then he just creates a new tune and just constantly does that. And he kind of flip-flops back and forth between the various classes, which I'm sure gives a nice
Enemy is unbeatable.
gives him some nice variety. But I don't know, I feel like trying to master different tunes sometimes could be a pain in the ass.
Alert. Unauthorized
All right.
armaments
Well, we only have
detected.
2 fucking. Come on. Push it, push through. Gotta rush. There's no. There's no way we're gonna get to the cut. Oh my god, so yeah. I haven't played SWTOR in like a week or so, and I'm forgetting like, oh yeah, illegal mods. Oh yeah, hideout. Shit. I get my acting gear. Gear, my ass in gear. I think that guy's
You're going to like this.
an ice blue, a cyan. Baby, come on. At least they're not on me. So I forgot. Like, I'm feeling a little rusty. Hopefully we'll shake that rust off. I've got 20 seconds. You could stay alive. You could do it. Don't die, man. Don't die. Stay alive. Oh, shit. So close. Ah. All right, 1 for 1.
Download complete.
Caps.
Republic forces have secured the data core. Powering down.
So close. Your defeat
They
has been
kicked our ass
recorded.
somehow.
Everyone's
I
winning
was
mark.
second
Void
on
stars
my
are audio
team.
complete.
I don't know how. Lucky. Oh well. All right. On to the next one. 1 for 1. All right, come on. At this point, give me a goddamn Civil War here. Person is saying wrath is imminent. Whatever you say, hombre. All right, give us something good here. Give us Civil War. Give us Gavin 4. Give us something here. Press Alt F4. See Wrath set. Give me Gavin 4 Civil War, baby. Come on. I like that. I can dabble with a Hypergate.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
Do that. It.
Back soon.
I'll get it done.
All right, so let's see. Any recognizable? Not my. All right.
This training exercise simulates the
Oh, we
ancient
got a bunch
ruins
of
the planet
snipers.
Moon. Your objective is
Range
to capture them
folks.
before the enemy can. The ruins contain a powerful security system which is charged by 2 energy pylons near.
Oh, is
Be
this?
careful. Every time the pylons are activated and synchronized, they fire off a powerful explosive discharge.
Havoc Strike. That's his name.
I've completed my task.
Sometimes I do. All right. Get my head in the game. All right, we got someone going ours. All right, well, so that guy Havoc Strike, he knows how to play the game. So hopefully we'll be with a good group that will play well.
Your opponents have
Cap.
1 pylon.
Let him guard. in a guard. Oh, maybe he is. Drop my hideout. Eat that, you sons of bitches. So maybe we're gonna get them on. Well, they're beating. They make sure. Shit. Side, no. So I get for trying to get much craziness going on in there.
Well, that's done.
Come on. I never remember what it's called. I was gonna call it mana, but it's not mana. Pompadour. All right, well we're holding our own right now, so I can't get mad about that.
The pylons are synced. Get out of the blast radius.
That's Salazar, son of a bitch.
Pylons have been reset.
Nice. See if I could cap. Let's see if I can get some orbs. 3 cap bars if we say. Oh fuck.
I'll take care of.
Alright, I gotta
Everything went according to plan.
out
Enemy
of
has
here.
captured a pylon. The enemy has both pylons.
Oh, come on, man. Gotta be shitting me. Oh boy. Oh boy. So this did not work out as much as I would have liked. Did not go according to plan.
Like taking candy from a baby.
Shit. Okay, so I know I'm not gonna be able to cap that because none of my oh my god, did none of my teammates trying to cap either pylon? Oh my god. This is the shit that drives me crazy about PvP. Sleeping. Yep, this is not gonna happen. No. Now my team comes over here. Guys are slipping, dog.
Blast radius.
Man. And I thought we were going to be able to keep the fight going, keep it close. Apparently not. So can't rely on my teammate. Got pylons. So now at this point we're gonna have to destroy them in kills, which I don't think we're going to. Run orbs. Oh fuck. I don't even know if we can win by just running orbs. I think we're gonna have to.
Opposing team has a pylon.
Cap theirs.
Things didn't work out.
Hey, googly moogly. Heal me. What is their name? God golly's Molly. Heal me. All right, come on. We got a cap. Oh no, what did I do? I didn't mean to do that. Oh god.
That's one
There we
pylon.
go. Tita. The only one here. Oh, there's like 4 of them. I'm in trouble. Yeah, this is going to be lost cause, I think. They gonna get ours? They very well might.
Pylons are synced. Get out of the blast radius.
407 to 271. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to come back. I don't. Too early. No. I somehow. Oh,
Pylons reset.
that's what I get. I popped it too early. And got jacked up and smacked up. In too damn close. Teammate.
Your opponents have one pylon.
Son of a bitch. I feel like that's something that
The other team has captured
I
the
say
pylons.
quite often when playing this game. Son of a bitch. Fuck. Let's let them just fucking cap both of them. Get this one done and over with. All right, so while this game is going to end very soon, talk about some books that I pre-ordered that I'm excited about. So one of the books, which I'm kind of one of the books that I'm excited about, that's a High Republic book, Into the Dark, which was I'm not 100% sure if it was supposed to be the second installment in the High Republic. But it was definitely supposed to come out after Light of the Jedi. My assumption was that it was going to be... Oh, man. It was going to be pushed back and delayed, just like Light of the Jedi. And... Alright, we're only down by 80. Here I am, bitching and moaning. We're only down by fucking 80 now. But yeah, I thought it was going to be pushed back into 2021, And then I saw that you could pre-order the book and it's coming out in October. So of course I had to which that one, so Light of the Jedi follows Avar Chris, and I can't remember the name of the other Jedi. Son of a... Stop it. Avar Chris, and I can't remember the name. Gideon something. For some reason, the name Gideon is popping into my head, but I don't think that's their name. And Into the Dark delves into, and I can't remember the name of the two Jedi off the top of my head, but two Jedi that are stuck, I believe, in the Outer Rim, but not 100% sure. They might be stuck in Starlight Beacon or in another beacon in the Outer Rim after the Great Cataclysm happens, right? So after the Great Disaster happens, where the Nihil are doing something, whether they're putting objects in front of hyperspace lanes or they're throwing objects at ships coming into the Outer Rim, traveling in hyperspace, whatever it's going to wind up being. But Into the Dark is these two Jedi are stuck in a beacon, and I think, oh my god, I hope I'm right, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. They're stuck in a beacon, and now they've got to figure out what to do from here, how to get in touch with the Jedi Council. I am like, I feel like I'm definitely not describing the book very well. So Google it after you listen to my dumbass, but I'm pretty sure that's like the basic premise of the book. Two Jedi stuck in a beacon have to figure shit out for their own because they cannot contact the Jedi Council, so they've got to do things on their own. And that book I'm super excited for. I'm super excited for that book. Still super excited for Light of the Jedi. I'm just so excited for High Republic. And I have to say, going back to Shadowfall, that is one thing that makes me even more excited to delve into the High Republic, because I think Lucasfilm and Disney kind of, whether it's warranted or not, they kind of get a rough shake with the books. I feel like some people can really enjoy them, some people might not. I will say there are definitely some really good canon novels. There are some that are meh for me. My favorite Star Wars novels at this point are still Legends novels. And I feel like it's, you know, we're only into what is this, 5th year, 6th year? Was it 2015, I think? 2014, 2015 that Disney bought Lucasfilm. So we're still early into, you know, Disney purchasing Lucasfilms and them releasing content that is now the canon. So we have a lot of time for content to come out. But with that said, my favorite books at this point are still Legends novels. So Plagueis, which is so good. Oh, it's so good. And then the Darth Bane trilogy. And I think it's almost like, I guess you could do Darth Bane canon novels, kind of like what, you know, even though there was a Thrawn trilogy in Legends, a series of Thrawn books, there are now a series of Thrawn books in canon. There's the Thrawn trilogy, and now there's going to be another trilogy, I believe. I think the first one in the trilogy is dropping in the fall. So I get, you know, you could do the same, but I feel like one of the issues with Lucasfilms, they're kind of handcuffed right now because it's Clone Wars era, you know, the prequel era, original trilogy era, so the, you know, Empire, the Rebel Alliance, and then the Resistance era and the sequel trilogy. There's still a lot of years between Return of the Jedi and the start of Force Awakens that they can delve into, but I just think there's so much content already created for the son of a bitch. So much content already created around the Galactic Civil War, right? That how many novels can we write about Darth Vader and Plagueis? I'm sure that would be good if they did, but I think, you know, to go back to, I think the point I'm trying to make is that Legends just had so much more wiggle room because you could delve into the Old Republic. And that was, what, 2,000 years? 4,000 to 2,000 years or something like that. And from, you know, A New Hope. And then even then, you went even further back, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Whereas at this point, Lucasfilm, for better or worse, doesn't have that luxury right now. And that was what, you know, Light of the Jedi, or excuse me, the High Republic was supposed to be about. It was giving Lucasfilm the opportunity to delve into a new era so that they do have more wiggle room. And I think part of why they only went back 200 years because I wanted them to go further back is well, my guess. Let's get this set done. My guess is that the thought was, well, we want to distance ourselves from what people are going to want to expect and want us to do. We want to be able to create stories where there are no expectations. People have no thoughts on these characters and where the stories are going to go or where they should go. We can just do something and we're not handcuffed to a certain story, a certain character, a certain era. And so that's my guess as to why we only are going back 200 years with the High Republic era. So yeah, I think that will forever be one of the issues that Lucasfilm and Disney are going to have to navigate, is dealing with the fact that Legends had the freedom of going back thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So there's so many stories that delve into these different eras and different comics and novels that do so. Right? And you don't want to just keep rehashing the same shit. But that's a problem for Lucasfilm and Disney to figure out. But this is all for me to say that long-winded way of me saying, shit, I can't wait for the High Republic so I can delve into them. I hope that with because Disney Plus would remember, yeah, so we're not even a year into Disney Plus. I just hope that we keep getting more shows, Star Wars shows, and I feel like there's just so many different topics that Lucasfilm can delve into. I know there's already been talks about a Rebel sequel show. There's, what are some other ones? There's a Rebel sequel show. There was rumors of a potential, like another show that was going to be possibly put together by the woman that did Russian Dolls, which is a super good show. Obviously, we got the Obi-Wan Kenobi show that's being put together by Deborah Chow that is still supposed to be happening. Mandalorian, but give us more. Like, I feel like there's so many different shows that we could get. Like, what about Luke Skywalker building his new Jedi Order, or just kind of traveling the galaxy with Lor San Tekka, which we know he did. That would be cool to see his adventures with Lor San Tekka, but also just him building the Jedi Order, which could be like potentially leading into the sequel trilogy, kind of showing us the fall of Ben Solo and the fall of Luke's Jedi Order. That'd be dope. Dude, that'd be so dope. And we already have several characters developed for students of Luke's from the Rise of Kylo Ren comic series. So that'd be fun as hell. But there's even more stories that could be had because there's 30 years in between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. So there's that. We could also get more. Give me more Ahsoka, man. Ahsoka's like one of my favorite characters. So give me more Ahsoka. Like there is a big chunk of time that is unaccounted for with Ahsoka. From the Ahsoka novel takes place in 18 BBY. I think it's 18 BBY. I'm pretty sure it's 18 BBY, so it takes place a year after Order 66. And then she doesn't come back into she doesn't come back into the canon until reappearing in Star Wars Rebels, and that was season 2, so that was like 4 or 3 BBY, right? So there's at least 15 years, 16 years of time that we don't know what the hell Ahsoka was doing. So we could get some decent stories, man, about her travels. Because clearly her abilities have increased by the time that we see her again in Rebels, and she also just seems to be much more of a balanced Jedi. You see at the end of the Clone Wars just how much she conveys what it means to really be a Jedi, right? And I feel like you also get that sense just as much in Rebels, if not more. And so I feel like there's gotta be stuff that she was doing to survive, and we know she was helping the Rebel Alliance build as Fulcrum. So man, there's gotta be stories there, right? It has to be. Ahsoka is so dope. I'm rewatching Rebels, and I just last week got to Twilight of the Apprentice. Man, dude, those 2 episodes are insane. And when Ahsoka and Darth Vader meet, and she tells who she thinks is Anakin, "I won't leave you again." Ugh, that just like breaks my heart every time I see it. Like, and then when she tells she's I can't remember, what does he say? Darth Vader says something to her like, "That's not the Jedi way," and her response is, I'm no Jedi." Ugh, gets me every goddamn time, dude. Gets me so hyped when I see when that happens. So yeah, give me more Ahsoka stories, man. I want all. Give me all the Ahsoka stories possible. So I can't believe this. Still haven't gotten a fucking Civil War or a Yavin. Booty cheeks, man. Straight booty cheeks. But at least we're kicking this team's ass. Oh.
Frog Dog throws to Frog Dog. Nice pass.
Whatever the hell he says. Alright, that's a good way to end it, I'm gonna say. Put out pretty good DPS. Somehow I got vote, but I'll take it. So what does that put us? 2 for 2, 5 bad and 500. I'll take that. I'll take it. So I think that'll be a good spot to end it on, a good match to end it on. So yeah, moral of this stream: give me the High Republic, give me more Ahsoka stories, give me more stories between Revenge, or excuse me, I was gonna say Revenge of the Jedi, Return of the Jedi, and The Force Awakens. Just give me all the goddamn stories, man. If you have not read Plagueis and the Darth Bane trilogy, bro, get on that shit. Get on it quick, shit, because those stories are so good. Especially, I was going to say especially the first Darth Bane novel, Path of Destruction, but really they're all so awesome and so good. But Path of Destruction especially is dope as fuck. So good. So it's a good spot to leave it on, guys. If you haven't, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I got a video that I'm working on now that I'm super excited to share with you guys, coming out in the very near future. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you have not. Follow the channel on social media. Bother us on social media because Danny Girl and I enjoy that. So pretty much Dan's on Fandoms is our handle on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and even surprisingly Tumblr. Danny Girl takes care of the Tumblr. I went on Tumblr today for the first time and forever was like, oh yeah, Tumblr. But yeah, follow us on social media, guys, because it's always fun interacting with you, and subscribe to the channel because that's always awesome when people are subscribed to the channel, like our videos, and it's always super appreciated. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna probably start to mix up what I'm gonna be streaming. I'm hoping that when I stream Battlefront 2 I won't stink the bed, but I'm gonna probably flip-flop between doing SWTOR and Battlefront 2. So maybe next week, if I'm feeling courageous, might be a Battlefront 2 night. So people look out for that. Definitely will be something, either SWTOR or Battlefront 2. So shit, I hope you guys have a lovely evening, an awesome week. Get out there and stay nerdy, folks.